Back at it again, and we've got a topic of discussion that it's quite interesting because I just want you guys to see the crazy mindset that some of these leftists truly have. We've got one here with Dr. Phil, actually, which actually we've checked out probably a few of his videos more recently, which is kind of odd in comparison to what I remembered from Dr. Phil. But hey, shout out to Dr. Phil, man. Shout out to Dr. Phil. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and let's dive in.
I've struggled with my weight and my body image my entire life. Kids bullied me for my weight, but I always shrugged it off thinking, oh, well, they're just like mean kids. When I was 10, my friend's mom told me, Lexi, with those blue eyes and that beautiful singing voice, if you just lost the weight, you could take over the world. So it was particularly soul-crushing to learn that adults were thinking negatively about my body also.
Yes, there we go.
My journey to accepting myself was gradual. I've really made peace with my body. I started creating content for Instagram about 4 years ago to document my own self-acceptance and body confidence journey. One of the most common troll comments I receive is that I'm promoting obesity. So many people seem to feel entitled to a fat person's personal business and are quick to judge them when people.
So she said that we feel entitled to their business. Well, when you put your business on the internet, of course people are going to comment on it. That's common sense. But of course, as you guys have all stated, common sense is no longer common. So now people complain about people being in their business when they've put their business online for public consumption. Who would have thought anybody would make a comment on it? Sheesh, man.
People are berating me online and telling me I'm gonna die by the time I'm 30. It is not inspiring.
Happy Woo!
Will and I are soulmates. He is the love of my life.
I think body positivity is good, but people online have made rude comments to Lexi just because she's fat. It's painful to watch. I respect her tenacity, her fight, and her vigor through it all.
I hope that people can just see me loving myself the way that I am and feel inspired to love themselves the same way.
What's your definition of body positivity?
My definition of body positivity is pretty simple. It's self-acceptance, radical self-acceptance, regardless of whether you're as healthy as you'd like to be, or whether you love how you look, or maybe sometimes you don't. It's the belief that no matter how you feel in that moment, you know that you are deserving of good things and respect and dignity.
Okay, how many of you, just by a show of hands, would support what she's just saying with her definition? Okay, how many of you would say, I got a problem with that? Okay, a couple of wafflers. Okay, I'm raising my hand because I got a problem with that.
All right.
Do you define it pretty much the same way?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay, then I got a problem with both of you two. So you're in trouble.
We can work it out,
Yeah,
I think.
I bet. Now, here's my problem. See, I think we, in this society, I think we have always confused body image with self-image. I think they vary together and should not. We have a good body image, our self-image goes up. We have a poor body image, then our self-image tends to go down. That shouldn't be the way it is. Would you agree?
I agree that how you view your body shouldn't be the only thing that makes you feel good about yourself. That's what I think body positivity helps with. If you start to change how you see yourself, if you start to approach your body image with a sense of compassion and tenderness, then
I'm just gonna sit back quiet for a little while because I just want you guys to hear everything that they have to say, and then I'll chime in towards the end. We're not gonna watch this entire clip, but we're going to watch a huge chunk of it. But yeah, I just wanted to inform you guys. That's why I'm sitting here silent, all right?
and you start to see yourself in a more gentle light rather than like a harsh criticism. And so when you are feeling negatively about your body, instead of it making you feel negatively about yourself altogether, you can say, I feel negatively about my body today, But I'm going to show myself kindness and compassion, and I'm just going to say, you're doing your best, and tomorrow's a new day. And then that way you kind of lift up your entire self-image.
See, you're contradicting yourself then. You're saying, I don't like my body image, I'm just accepting it, and I'll do better tomorrow. And I don't, see, to me, this body positivity says we're not going to focus on body image, we're going to focus on the person inside, but it seems to be totally focusing on body image. What about the health issues? I think most of the critics about this focus on the fact that by seeming to celebrate the body, not your worth, not your value, but to celebrate the body, you're ignoring the health risks.
The whole point of fat acceptance, body positivity, body neutrality even, is destigmatizing the fat phobic, toxic diet culture, beauty standards, all of these expectations that are put onto people to look a certain way or to avoid looking a certain way. It's destigmatizing having a specific body image, destigmatizing fatness, and it's putting an individual's personal experience and their personal journey to the forefront.
At 20 years old, I was at my heaviest weight of 360 pounds. I was really afraid that I was going to, die really, really soon. I decided that I wanted to change my life. I have lost about 180 pounds overall, and I've been able to keep that weight off for about 10 years now. I actually started to document my journey on Instagram as well as YouTube. I want to make it very clear. It was rough. It was rough. I also don't believe that losing weight is obviously...
By the way, any of my gym goers, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this. Like, I always loved when I saw, someone who was obviously, overweight, it wasn't a secret, in the gym getting it in. I loved seeing that. One thing that I hated to see is the ego lifters, the guys who want to seem stronger than what they actually are, and they like grab like the heaviest dumbbell and like not moving it properly. But one of the best things was seeing someone that was overweight, but that was in there and ready to get it. I love seeing that. Like that gave me motivation. Like, yo, if they can get up and get in here and get it in, no complaining, they over there working. Well then, hey, I gotta work too, I love seeing that.
A bad thing, and that you should be shunned for it or made fun of, or in my case, I'm called fat phobic because I've lost weight. I've been called an ex-fat because I've lost weight. I have had a lot of people be very angry at me because I advocate for others that want to lose weight.
And honestly, I think those are bots, but I'll get into that later on in the video. All right.
Ideal beauty standard, no. I am here to say, if you do want to lose weight, I believe in you. I believe you can do it. It is very hard, but it's worthwhile, and me losing the weight has been one of the best things I've ever done in my entire life.
Data is really what matters, and I run lab tests on my clients, so everybody does blood tests, I do stool testing, and fat is an organ, and it influences inflammation, it influences your hormones, and it puts stress on your organs, and eventually those organs begin to fail. And I've seen that over and over on lab testing, and so it's something that we have data to prove. Also, being obese is putting you at risk for all-cause mortality, which is cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and just organ failures, like even the gallbladder is included in that too.
Not to mention orthopedic problems, which are huge.
What are some of your favorite studies that you've read?
Hold on, y'all. We're almost done with this video, but listen to what she says right here. All right, listen close, y'all. Listen close. This is just like, this is one of the main reasons why I wanted to show y'all this video. I mean, just like the lunacy in this question. Oh my goodness. Check it out.
Orthopedic problems, which are huge.
What are some of your favorite studies that you've read that aim to research people who are, as you say, obese, so people who are overweight, who don't have organ failure, who don't have orthopedic issues, what are some of your favorite studies and research that you've read exploring healthy fat people?
Well, nothing.
So obviously she's trying to seek validation in being overweight with that question. What are some studies that prove that overweight people are actually healthy? What are some of your favorite studies? But like I said, hey, I'll finish what I'm
Nothing in medicine is
ready to say at the
100%.
end.
Sure.
So you're going to look at data and you're going to look at percentages. And when you look at people who are 40, 50 more pounds overweight, the statistics tends to indicate, and this is very well documented, that they run more problems. It doesn't mean that everybody who's overweight is going to have these problems, but the risk is much greater than a person who is at ideal BMI.
What
or
body
healthy
fat
BMI.
is inflammatory. So regardless of how much you have, it is increasing inflammation. And inflammation is the root cause of all disease, regardless of what it is. And so it's important to look at the data in regards to that and really look at, okay, are you insulin resistant? Because insulin resistance can lead to dementia. They're calling dementia type 3 diabetes. And if you're insulin resistant now, then you're setting yourself up for things like dementia in the future too.
You wanted to say something?
My comment is to the young lady. I wish when I was as young as her, I had paid attention to the dangers. I'm the poster child of everything that can go bad because of weight. I'm going to have open heart surgery on October 10th. I had a heart attack. I have diabetes, high blood pressure, no cartilage on both legs. I need 2 knee replacements. And health is important. And overweight is linked to more health issues.
We'll end the video there. Now, to start off, obviously, I wish that young lady the best. I don't want to, come down on her too hard. But the fact remains, and it's been studied. We have the research papers from it. Being overweight is linked to bad health outcomes. I come from a family of overweight folks. All right. So I've seen people pass away due to being overweight and the health issues that come with that. I'm overweight a little bit myself. I need to drop about 20 pounds. Okay. And I'm taking steps to correct it. I got a little lazy. All right. Started eating a little too good. Pizza and burgers was sounding just way too good for way too long. Wasn't hitting the gym, wasn't really working out. But guess what? I bought a toilet and a ruler, and I got my shit straight. All right? I started working out again. Started drinking more water. All right? Started eating a bit healthier. Now, granted, I'm still not eating the healthiest. But I'm realistic with myself. That's the whole thing. You have to be real with yourself. If you're not going to be real with anybody else, be real with yourself. When I look at myself in the mirror, I can say, yeah, Rich, you're not in shape, my guy. You are fat. You got a little bit of flub. You got a little bit of chubbiness going on. That's a fact. But I feel like some of these folks, like this young lady, unfortunately, have this distorted mindset that, it's fine, it's okay, it's great, in fact. And I feel like it's almost being pushed to do that. And listen, I don't know this for a fact. This is just my assumption. I could be completely wrong on this. I could be totally wrong, right? But I think it's part of the elite's agenda to push that type of narrative. The being big acceptance. Like, and when I say acceptance, I don't mean just simply allowing big people to live. Like, I'm not like going after them or anything like that. Like I said, I got big people in my family. And let me tell you something. The stuff I say to them, I could not say on camera because I come from a family where you gonna get roasted. All right, we gonna make some jokes about you, baby. We gonna make some jokes about you. You come to a family dinner, I guarantee you gonna leave with some thicker skin, and if not, you gonna walk out the house crying. All right, but anyway, so it's like we can love these folks which I'm sure we all do. I don't think anybody hates these individuals. At least I don't. While also pointing out the reality of the situation. And that is linked. Being that overweight is directly connected to health issues. For example, when's the last time you've seen a morbidly obese 70-year-old? 80-year-old? How about a 90-year-old? I'll wait. Just about never. And you never will. Set your clocks. Set your clock. You never will. It's never going to happen. Okay, I take that back. It can happen because, of course, there are outliers. There are people who just have otherworldly genetics who, will be overweight and will live for a very long time. That can happen. So I take back my previous statement. But the likelihood of you being one of those very few individuals is like this. It's like a grain of sand, like that. Good luck being that one or two individuals. I don't know the exact statistics on it. Obviously, I don't have the paperwork here, but as you just heard the doctors saying there, it's been studied. It's been studied, and time after time after time again, come to the same conclusion. This ain't good. Not very many good outcomes come from this. And to have these leftists like continually pushing this, and then when somebody speaks out about it, like they're called lunatics and crazy and phobic this and phobic that, and even like the gentleman that was there, which is also something that I found crazy, and one thing that I want to touch on as well, he even said when he was in the process and had finished the process, people were mad at him that he went through the process. And I'm like, wait, what? People were mad at you that you lost weight and became healthy for yourself and happy about yourself? This shows the lunacy of the left. This shows the lunacy. They preach about love and acceptance, and then the moment that somebody does something to love themselves even more and be healthier for themselves, they get angry about it. As a matter of fact, if you guys remember, there was even a more recent situation with Adele, and I think it was brought up in this video as well. You guys remember when Adele came out and had lost all that weight? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even recognize Adele. I was like, "Ooh, that's Adele? What?" I know y'all was the same way. Y'all like, hold on, that's Adele? And then if y'all remember, people were bashing her for losing so much weight. And it's just like, in what type of loony bin world are we living in? The nerve of these leftists saying such things, such terrible things. It's absolutely crazy. I don't get it. But I just wanted to show you guys that video to just point out the lunacy of the left once again. Hey, I wish that young lady the absolute best. I don't hate her or anything like that. I'm not even really speaking down on her. But I am pointing out that she made some foolish statements. I'm just saying. Dr. Phil agreed too. Do you agree? Let me know in the comment section below. And like I said, we can accept these individuals because that's always the thing. Acceptance. We can accept these individuals. Nobody's rejecting them from society. But we do have to call out things when things need to be called out. It's the way that I see it. Peace and love. I'm out.